Ooh, baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw. Ooh, baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw. Shimmy, shimmy, y'all, shimmy, yam, shimmy, yeah. Give me the mic so I can take it away. Off on the natural charge, bon voyage. Yeah, from the home of the Dodger Brooklyn squad. Wu-Tang Killer, beats on the swarm. Rain on your college ass disco dorm. For you to even touch my skill, you gotta go to one killer B, and he ain't gonna kill now. Chop that down, pass it all around. Lyrics get hard, quick cement to the ground. For an EMC in any 52 states, I get psycho. Killer Norman Bates, my producer slam. My flow is like bam, jump on stage and then I did that. Ooh, baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw. Ooh, baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw. Baby, I like it raw.
This motherfucker. I do my dogs run this motherfucker. I feel the energy inside the room tonight. As soon as I'm not, girlfriend, are you alive? I feel the energy inside the room tonight. As soon as I'm not, girlfriend, are you alive? I feel the energy inside the room tonight. As soon as I'm not, girlfriend, are you alive? I feel the energy inside the room tonight. Fellas, one more time, let's the fellas beat you. You ready? To my ladies, run this motherfucker.
Leel Lounge. Alright, everything about to go down over here. We got a couple performances on the way. We have some artists, we have some painters, we have some rappers, we have some singers, we have some bands, we have some DJs, and we have CJ Fly, who will be in the building tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Yo, what you think about this, man? This is about to be big.
This is about to be hype.
SUNY Cortland.
SUNY Cortland hasn't had a big festival like this. I know the Spring Fling was a bust last year. We about to bring the hype. Van Houston, SUNY Cortland, if you're in the area,
whenever you are. I mean, if you go here, pull up.
If you go here,
I don't want no strangers in here.
Yeah,
I don't think we allow strangers.
We don't want no townies in here.
But shout out to the townies if y'all gonna be tuning in. Much respect is given, man. Because at the end of the day, y'all part of the school. The school is literally within the town, so they part of the school.
True.
As far as I'm concerned, they SUNY Cortland students. But,
this
shout out.
This is just strictly SUNY Cortland, though.
Everybody, wherever you are, if you're in the library, I know you got to get that extra study, and I can see the library from over here. Salute to my readers out there. But y'all got to pull up over here, man, because it's about to go down.
You got to cut the studying for the night.
Listen, I was studying just now, man. I had to put the book to the side because I had to come over here and get ready for tonight.
For a fact.
We're going to have music in the booth. The throwbacks, the classics, the hip-hop. All that, no mumble rap, ladies and gentlemen. No mumble rap. I don't go that route over here.
Lyrical rap.
Straight lyrical raps. Okay. Yesterday, Big Pun. It was his, 19th anniversary from his death, and he set the tone. He was a lyrical genius, top 5 all time on my list. A lot of people, I brought that up to a lot of people. I said Big Pun, he's top 5. He's a lyrical guy, but a lot of people don't seem to have him in his top 5.
Underrate him, man.
What do you think Big Pun is?
I'd say he's definitely top 10.
Top 10?
Definitely top 10.
Yeah, he is top 10. Terror Squad, he...
Without a doubt, top 10.
The reason why I put him on top 5, on the top 5 Periscope, is because of the impact that he had on the Hispanic community and in rap. He literally put them on the map. So, with my criteria, obviously, for the top 5, you have to be a lyricist. You
gotta respect that.
All right? You ain't gonna have no little yachties, no little Uzi oots, whatever, up in the top 5. We ain't gonna do that. You gotta have lyrical guys, longevity. Obviously, Big Pun didn't have the longevity because his unfortunate passing. But he still, to me,
he still impacted the game, man.
Yeah, still impacted the game. You feel me? And that's in the huddle right there.
That's in the huddle.
that we had yesterday, our sports radio show, very successful. It was very good. We got into a lot of stuff. Tom Brady versus Jordan debate. Everything was going good.
Definitely check it out on Leel's YouTube.
Yes, sir. Real Leel TV. REAL LEEL TV. That's what we do out here. But back to the top 5, man. I want to know, who are your greatest rappers?
Greatest rappers
of all time. Yup. You don't have to put him in order yet.
Put me on the spot.
I'm putting you on the spot. I'm putting you on a hot seat right now. We in the real Leel now?
Honestly,
let's go.
If we're going by like my favorites, my favorite top 5, or like who I think
top
are the best.
5. Show me 5.
Alright, so in no particular order,
Cinco.
I think it's got to be Biggie.
Gotta throw Biggie
I like
in there.
Eminem.
Gotta throw Biggie in
classic
there.
Shady. I like 50 Cent as well.
Okay.
That's 3. I gotta think, man. Because
I
then
can
you gotta
get
talk
you-
about Jay-Z.
Oh my gosh.
Come on now.
Longevity out of this world.
on now.
Jay-Z gonna last way long before me. I mean, this brother gonna be 85 rapping. He gonna be making Beyonce. They gonna be doing their thing out here. But yeah.
That's a fact.
Who else you say? You said Jay-Z,
Eminem, too.
Eminem. See, a lot of people underrate Eminem.
You gotta respect Shady, man.
A lot of people
gotta respect
underestimate Eminem.
That's one of my guys.
I mean,
right
I can't
there.
relate
I'm a
to
big
half
fan.
the stuff that he's talking about because
True,
I'm not lunatic. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I'm a
nah,
college student.
the drugs
you
got
know,
to him a little
You know,
bit.
I don't be over here,
Drugs got
all
to
that
him.
stuff. But
But
he
he
could
definitely,
rap.
his
wordplay-
freestyle is fire too.
His wordplay.
It's true, the wordplay, man, off the charts. Like
I'm the
Shady
real
has
Sim
bangers,
Shady.
man. But honestly, as a big Shady fan, as time goes on, there's like a certain point where you're not gonna improve your music because Kamikaze, the album was decent to me.
Yo, he's
but
coming
like,
at everybody.
I feel like
he was coming at everybody.
he's like talks his lyrics too much nowadays. Like I don't know if it was the drugs that changed his voice and made it better, but it just sounds like he's not like I don't know. He's kind of repetitive in a way.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
I still respect him, obviously. Like I love Eminem, but
that don't look like Eminem to me. That new
sometimes-
Eminem, I don't know what Eminem is. That
I don't know
That don't look like Eminem. Real Slim Shady, please show yourself.
Please show yourself.
Okay, please.
You need Shady to come
because I don't know who in the
with
world that
something
is. He look different.
That's true.
But he still can rap. That's one thing.
For a fact.
That's a fact. This brother still can rap. He got the classics. Remember the movie The 8 Mile?
Oh,
That's a
of
classic
course,
right
man.
there,
Love
man.
that movie.
Can never go wrong with that right there. That was a good movie. He's a battle rap god. I mean, there's a lot of songs where he's just going on like
He goes in, man. He
I'm
goes
just like, yo. Another question since we talking about Eminem.
Yes, sir.
I honestly think, all right, and I'm not a prisoner of the moment type of guy.
Yeah.
I tend to side more to like the old classics that paved the way for new classics,
definitely
right?
agree. I agree.
Because I just feel something about that. Things change over time, and I feel like it don't get better. You know what I'm saying? Like rap was good back then to me. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Now
I
you got
definitely
McDonald's
agree.
rapping.
Leel,
you know what
I
I'm saying?
definitely agree with that.
Like movies
100%.
back then that was made were classics. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Exactly.
So, but I'm not.
I feel the same way.
But what is your thoughts?
Mhm.
Because I actually think this was a classic rap battle.
Oh, I know what you're about to
MGK
say.
and Eminem. I
Definitely
actually thought that was classic.
It was pretty solid. I mean, in my opinion, Kill Shot, it was a solid song by Eminem. I mean, you could argue either way, but like, I don't know. MGK, I guess he got him. I really can't say off, like, in my opinion, who I think won that, but just because I'm an Eminem fan, I'm going to stick more to the Shady side, but I don't know.
Listen.
MGK, I mean, he's got some bars too.
Yo.
He's got some bars.
I really never paid attention to this cat. And I heard that song, and I'm just like, yo, this is actually good.
True.
I mean, I don't know. I think if you talking about bar for bar, I think you give that to Eminem.
Yeah.
But as far as like an overall song,
Nah, it actually wasn't bad.
That
It
was
had
not
a good-
bad at all.
It had a good flow.
And mind
I
you,
like the beat.
we gotta give MGM. I'm about to say MGM Grand. We ain't in Las Vegas, ladies and gentlemen. We in SUNY Cortland right now. We ain't in Las Vegas right now. Nah. But MGK, I would say this. I think that for a guy going up against a heavyweight to perform like that,
True.
he gets more points just for that.
True, that is a fact. But then I feel like you also got to look at like, then there's the whole nowadays with like 2018, 2019. As the years go on, it's all about the clout. So I feel like he
it's
tried
the clout
to get
era.
at Eminem to get more clout.
It's
what I
always
mean?
about the clout era, man. That's what it is.
I
right
feel
now.
like Shady just he bit the bait and he came out and he had to go at him.
Well, I give the brother the credit, man.
True,
for
I
going
definitely
up
credit him.
against him because
100%.
if that was me going up against Slim Shady, I had to leave the country. The brother would embarrass me.
That's a fact.
I mean, this
man.
dude is a heavyweight, man. I wouldn't want to touch Shady.
You can't mess with Shady.
In no battle rap. You must be out of your
You
mind.
saw what happened when Mariah Carey, did some dirty things to him.
Oh.
He went in on her.
Why you had to go after the poor
warning,
girl like that?
The warning, definitely. If you haven't heard that diss track, the warning, check that out.
Why
He
you had to go
violates.
after Mariah
He
like
violates.
that? I don't know why you had to go after Mariah. What Mariah did to you, man?
I
Like
don't
go
know,
after
man.
you like
I
that?
guess she played with his heart.
Other rappers on my mind when I think about the GOATs, the people that paved the way for other guys, man. I look at Nas.
Oh, Nasty Nas.
Nasty
Nas, 100%.
Illmatic.
100%.
One of the greatest. No. Correction. The greatest.
Oh.
I'll go out on a limb in here.
Bold, though, man.
Bold statement in the Real Leel Lounge right now. WSUC. Bold statement right here. I'll say Illmatic is definitely the greatest hip-hop album of all time.
That album, without a doubt, man. That's a classic album.
I mean,
without a doubt.
Represent. What else? The World Is Yours.
Yeah.
Genesis.
We have that song with Lauryn Hill too.
Oh my gosh, you about to make me go crazy. If
Bro,
I rule the world,
classic.
I free all my sons. Oh
son
my
is
God.
singing right now.
Well, we out here singing, bro. You know we doing everything, man. Today is about to be lit out here. WSUC pregame 2019 Fire Mic Festival. Yes, if I rule the world. You know what? One thing I would say, if I rule the world today, I would say this. I would say, if I rule the world, I would give 21 Savage back his rights to stay in America. That's what I would do.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? I would be like, you know what, man? You free to
I
stay.
could agree with that, but
You know what I'm saying?
then you got to look at he did commit felonies.
I mean,
so it's not like my brother was living here,
yeah,
clean. I guess.
I would say
I
that.
guess you could say.
But when he was saying, I got yams in my bank account, where was all that other stuff at? But when he started saying about the Flint, Michigan, all of a sudden, we got some charges on. But hey, I ain't going into none of that, man. We ain't going into no conspiracy theories today because we out here to have fun tonight. We out here to promote everybody's talent. We out here to, everybody that's performing, they're going to be out here with me. I'm going to be interviewing them, me and Kenny C. You know what I mean? That's why we out here, man. It's like the awards. It's the BET Awards. It's the Cortland Awards going on right now. You know what I'm saying?
This is our big award show.
Yes, sir. And it's going to be even bigger after this year. You know what I'm saying? I see people walking, people getting down, people here, man. It's about to get... Like, you felt it. You felt Pac doing his thing. Like, you just felt it. He could speak for a lot of people. Pac was like a revolutionary. He spoke for a lot of the black community.
He definitely changed the game too, as did Biggie. And Biggie had, if you really listen to some of his songs, like he talks about coming up and all that, like how hard it was and stuff. Especially in the song Juicy, everybody knows that song.
That's my song right there.
That's like the most pivotal song
I listened
of
to
his
that.
career.
It's crazy because I listened to that right before I came
Love
here.
that song, man.
Motivation right here. That's why we in the booth tonight.
Great song.
Facts, definitely. But we're going to play a couple songs, set off the mood, and we're going to have some interviews in here. Once again, my famous interview with CJ Fly will be very soon. We just getting started. We in the Real Leel Lounge 2019 Fire Mic Festival. Let's get it.
Hold on 1 second.
Technical difficulties. We'll be right back. We out here at SUNY Cortland campus, 90.5 WSUC 2019 Fire Mic Festival. How y'all doing? Alright, we out here. Yeah. Well, you know what? Shoot, we don't even need a mic. We got one, right? Let's get it. Alright, so I'm gonna ask you a couple questions. You feel me? We're gonna get it started. And for the first question, right? I'm gonna let you know right now, right? I know who you are. I had to do a little research, just to make sure I came prepared. I wasn't gonna use Wikipedia because I would have better off been coming here with clown suit. But we're gonna get into it right now. First question for you. What inspired you to become a rapper?
Testing. All right, we know. What inspired me to be a rapper? Well, growing up, I was an only child before, my dad added a sister to the family, you know what I mean? And I felt like I didn't have an outlet to express myself. So me finding music was my way of finding out how I could really write my emotions and really address them, you know what I mean? And I'm a Cancer, so I'm super emotional. I was that emotional kid trying to really understand his thoughts, and when you're emotional, your thoughts come with emotion and logic, you know what I'm saying? So for me to be able to transfer that into art form, it was a beautiful thing for me as a kid, you know what I mean? It helped me find my voice as a human being and a man, you know what I mean?
You used to do poetry, right, before you started rapping?
Definitely. I remember being in the 4th grade, and my teacher teaching me how to write poetry and stanzas and stuff like that. And that right there just started this whole magical path, you know what I mean?
The only poetry I know is roses are red and violets are blue. You see me, I see you. That's it.
Yeah, I feel you.
Alright, number 2. Who are some of the OGs in the rap game that you looked up to that made you be like, oh, I got to rap? Like, he's dope.
Interesting. You know, it's funny. People, I usually tell people this and be like, yo, if you tell anybody, I'll kill you. But I'm gonna tell everybody this is a treat. As a kid, nice shirt, bro. As a kid, seeing Little Bow Wow and Little Romeo on the television screen changed my life, my whole perspective. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like at home with my mom, single mom. I'm like, damn, I could go get all of these things, you know what I'm saying, for me and my mom, you know what I'm saying? So from there, it was that as a child, and as I got older, and LimeWire was around. If y'all know about LimeWire, y'all real ones. You know what I'm saying? LimeWire was around, and I downloaded a Tribe Called Quest album, De La Soul, 50 Cent, and I was buying bootlegs too. If I don't know if y'all know about bootlegs, with the suburbs and shit, part of my language. But you know what I'm saying? I had bootlegs for 50 Cent, Jay-Z, all of the New York legends. I grew up in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, so Jay-Z, Biggie Smalls, Fabulous, all those guys were very influential on my style and made me even choose the name of moniker Fly, you know what I'm saying?
So you seem like you definitely love your mom, for what I'm seeing.
Of course.
And I'm
Without
pretty
Mom
sure.
Dukes, I wouldn't be here.
Exactly. So what do you feel about that Tupac Dear Mama song? What did that song do for you?
Damn, you about to get me in trouble. That song definitely changed my perspective on music. I remember being a kid, like, you're taking me down memory lane right now. I remember being a kid and like being on my way to school and hearing it out on the radio, you know what I mean? I didn't understand it till I got older, you know? I was like, oh, it's a cool song, it's just Dear Mama, you know what I mean? But it was no contrast and understanding of the lyrics and the depth of what he was saying until I became a man and started really reading and learning poetry and different aspects of the art. So it's definitely a special song, what you call it? A song that's more like, you know what I mean, influential on me, that has something to do with Mama, is more like Thank You Mama by Sizzler, because I was raised in a Caribbean household, you know what I'm saying? So I wasn't really a Tupac fan like that, but it influenced me for sure.
Yeah, that one song alone, but like, when I listen to that song, if somebody look at my mama the wrong way, that song right there, Dear Mama, definitely Tupac, one of the legends right there. All right, number 4, you know, we talk about artists development and being independent. Do you think it's imperative that with all this technology, with Spotify, Pandora, YouTube, all these outlets, SoundCloud, for these rappers, you know, to be able to have a platform, do you think that with all this technology, we should be focusing on being independent instead of like getting a record deal?
Well, what I will say is, I think the first thing you should focus on is being independent. Because before you get a record deal, label wants to see what you can do on your own. You know what I mean? Take an artist like Russ, for example. He probably had about 10 albums on SoundCloud or something like that. And it made his worth more when he went to do business with an actual label, you know? So it's all about you building up your catalog and building up your discography and like basically putting value on yourself, you know? Some people have this ideology that, oh, I'm gonna go to a label and then I'm gonna be worth $1 million. Why you can't be worth $1 million from your bedroom? Me, Joey, Steve's, and all my other brothers, we started this music thing in Flatbush in our bedrooms, at my dad's living room, with Joey's bedroom, you know what I mean? And those songs that have millions of views right now, those are made in literally square rooms the size of this, you know what I mean? Without any label, without any help. So you got to trust your vision independently, and then from there on, you can, you know what I mean? Soar, you know what I mean? The internet is the biggest platform for everyone. That's what gave me and my crew a start. And you guys have this opportunity to use the internet to your advantage, so use it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a fact. I mean, trust me, anybody could blow up with one video. It takes one video, one just like good performance, and then next thing you know, you out here doing tours.
That's a fact. It could take one video if you want to be a one-hit wonder, but if you want to be an artist that's around forever, consistency is key. But you gotta stay current and keep doing your thing.
So you attended Edward R. Murrow High School in Brooklyn, right?
Yep.
And that's where you met Joey Badass?
Yes, sir.
Would you say that school helped you in becoming like who you were, shaped you, or was it just entirely you?
I think life shaped me. The people who raised me shaped me. Because what's funny is my mom went there, and she's the only reason, like, one of the only reasons I put that school on my list. Like, oh, my mom went there, let me go there too, you know what I mean? Continue the tradition. So if she didn't go there, I probably would have never even met the homies, you know what I'm saying? But as far as like rapping, I was rapping prior to getting to high school before I met any of the crew. But I found myself more being around other like-minded individuals who had their own style and stuff like that. So Murrow definitely helped me get on this path for sure. Thanks tomorrow.
You know, I wanted to go tomorrow, but when they got my application, they did this. So, you know, I ended up going to Bishop Lockley. Shout out to Bishop Lockley. I got a number here on Bishop Lockley. So, you know.
Shout out to Bishop Lockley.
Facts. The next question here. I seen a couple of Joey Badass interviews. And in his interviews, 'cause I actually watch the interview, I actually watch what he's saying. That's what I do. I actually analyze what people are saying, even in their raps. Like, I don't really listen for the beat. I mean, the beat is important, but I actually listen to words. And what I notice about Joey Badass, he seems to mention the importance of taking a risk when you want to be successful. Would you say the same thing? Would you totally agree with Joey Badass?
Of course, that's what got us where we are right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to. Sometimes people aren't gonna believe in your vision. You know what I mean? Especially being college students, especially being young people in the world. People tend to like shoot you down. Oh, you can't do that. You're not good enough. And it's like you gotta literally silence all of that noise and make the only noise you're hearing is your voice in your head, and continue to be confident and be consistent and focus on what you want to do. So I honestly feel like you have to take risks. Sometimes people gonna tell you can't do it, and you gotta just prove them wrong. That's a risk in itself. You know what I mean? I didn't have the liberty of finishing college, you know what I mean? And I took the risk by taking 1 year and then doing what I had to do with this music stuff. So, and I don't recommend that for anybody. Everybody stay in school, you know what I'm saying? But I had to take that risk and that leap of faith, and that allowed me to come back to college and be able to do this right now, you know what I'm saying? Which is beautiful.
Perfect. So your debut studio album was called Fly Trap, right?
Yes, sir.
And how did it feel to accomplish having your first studio album? What was that feeling like?
It was a beautiful feeling, man. My first album on iTunes, Spotify, and all types of platforms. It was special for me. You know, I definitely see the difference of when I was in the bedroom and in the studio. You know, the pressure is differently. You sometimes when you're in the studio, you tend to make this business decision because you're on paid time. You know. When you're home in your own space, that's why I say everybody cultivate your sauce or your vibe from the crib, you know what I mean? So it's a beautiful feeling, but you know what I'm saying? I love to create in the most comfortable spaces always, you know what I mean? Make sure y'all check out Fly Trap if you haven't yet. CJ Fly Trap, iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, all that good stuff.
So would you consider the song Now You Know your most popular song to date? And what inspired you to write that song?
Yeah, solo song, I would say my biggest solo song is Now You Know, for now, till my next album drops. And you know what I mean, if I had to choose a song, like, I feel like The World Knows would be Hard Knock with Joey, you know what I mean? That's a special song for us, but definitely Now You Know.
What is it like working with Joey Badass? Like, what is it like?
For me, it's regular. That's just my brother. You see how we talking? This is how, you know, we were just talking like this yesterday, you know what I mean? So it's normal, but you know, to other people, you're friends with a star and like, you know, this whole persona and celebrity, but we're humble dudes from Brooklyn, you know what I mean? We grew up in Flatbush together, we went to high school together, so we come from the same cloth, it ain't nothing.
I love the Brooklyn love we getting over here, because I'm from Brooklyn too, East New York.
Yeah, Brooklyn.
Alright, so what are your thoughts on, you know, I'm gonna put you a little bit on the spot. Alright. What are your thoughts on Travis Scott performing at the Super Bowl? And if you got that opportunity to do so, would you have taken that deal?
Great question. Yes, I would have took that shit. Pardon my language again. You know why? Like I said, as a kid, I used to stare at the television and dream of doing something along that nature. Don't get me wrong, would I have followed the rules? I can't promise you that. I'd have probably went up there and did something, but I would have never did something to damage my career, you know? Sometimes people look at things from a political standpoint and don't really like look at it from the actual business standpoint. It's like, on the business standpoint, that was a great look for Travis, Big Boy, Maroon 5, and all those guys, but like, was it the best timing? No, you know what I mean, with the political climate right now. Me personally, I don't identify as the most politically charged person. I try to influence through my music, and I feel like the best way for you to make a difference is by sharing your message through your music, you know what I mean? And I don't know, I feel like the best that they could have done to really try to be combative with what was going on with Colin Kaepernick and all that, maybe like make a statement with it, but everybody played it safe and didn't want to, you know what I mean, mess up their future opportunities. But we live in a crazy world, man. You know what I mean? You gotta pick your battles, and I've always had dreams of performing there, so I would have did it.
Yeah, I don't really see, like, you know, a lot of people, they criticize Travis Scott for what he did, but if you have an opportunity to, like, venture out and actually achieve the goals that you set out to achieve, I mean, I would have took the deal, but I would have been rapping taking a knee. You would have
For sure, and that's what I'm saying. At the end of my performance, I would have probably did that specific thing, but at the end of the day, I don't know how many of you guys were familiar with Travis Scott 5 years ago when he looked like somebody you would probably walk past on the street. So you gotta think about that. That person was probably taking the train in New York and then got the opportunity to perform in front of millions of people around the world and the Super Bowl. So, you feel me? I would definitely made a statement of my support, but I gotta do this, you feel me? I got a daughter watching TV at home, you know what I mean?
So, I asked a lot of people this question, a lot of older folks. Over time, I got to interview Professor Griff from Public Enemy. I asked him on S Street Media, a platform back at home. I asked him this question because I wanted to know what the older folks or like people in the rap game feel about this, right? So, should the new upcoming artists have tremendous respect for the OGs? Because you see like artists now saying, you know, they better than Tupac or like, you know, Migos, they the best group of all time. Should we, you know, should they respect the OGs that paved the way for them, or do they have a right to really feel how they feel?
I mean, I feel how I feel. I'm the best rapper in New York, in my opinion. And until somebody come and challenge that, we're gonna have to see, you feel me? Like, but you can have confidence. What's wrong with having confidence? Disrespecting the dead is another thing. Like, you don't gotta talk about somebody who's dead. Like, let them be dead and rest in peace, you know what I mean? But that's like me saying, oh, I'm the best rapper, the best style of all time. Forget Biggie. Like, that's crazy. These people paved ways for us and allowed us to have the careers and lifestyles we have now, you know what I mean? A lot of people died for it. A lot of people like shed blood, sweat, and tears for this. So it's like, I definitely think it's necessary to pay homage and always be respectful, because it's like, what would you be doing if they didn't set the ground or the foundation for us, you know?
Exactly. I totally agree with that. It's always good to have confidence in yourself. I mean, personally, I feel like I'm the best radio personality out there. But you know, I keep that to myself, you know what I'm saying? But I feel that way. I can get to that. Why I cross the street and do something right now, improvise.
Word.
But, so, let me ask you this question. Have you ever thought about venturing out? Like, you know, I'm in the rap game, I want to venture out, I want to open up a business, maybe a clothing line per se, or invest. Have you ever thought about that?
I love these questions, man. This is beautiful questions. I'm wearing my own merchandise right now. This is my first mixtape the way I see it, just in case any of you guys want to purchase it, you know what I mean? Venturing out, doing other business. But you know, a lot of musicians sell merchandise, which is the typical thing. I have goals to one day own my own food truck, which is $1 billion industry, you know, and I want to definitely widen my horizons and not only do musical things, you know. I want to definitely push the culture in any way I can. So I want to do a food truck one day. I want to DJ, aside from rap, you know, bring some reggae music around the world, because I feel like there's not enough reggae DJs. You know what I'm saying? Imagine if you had a reggae party and I DJ'd it, you know what I'm saying? That would be cool, right? Clothing, definitely, and I got a couple of inventions I'm about to try to get patented, so, yeah.
I got two more questions for you. This first question, I'll put you on the spot again. Who is the GOAT? Greatest MC of all time in your opinion?
Oh.
Besides yourself?
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z?
Jay-Z the only person I can't disrespectfully be like, oh, I'm better than you, because he did so much stuff. For me to say that, I would have to top everything that he's done, and then lyrically be combative against him at any point, you know?
You think he's better than Nas? I mean, Ether?
All for it. I'm sorry. I love Nas. Nas might see this and be like, oh, what you talking about? But it's Jay-Z, bro. Hove.
Alright, last question here. What would be the final advice you would give to everybody that came out tonight who's trying to be an artist or do anything, you know, to follow their dreams? What would you say to these people?
My biggest piece of advice to you all, if you have a dream or a vision, stick to it and be very consistent with what you're doing. You can't get anywhere by like being lazy or like barely trying with stuff, you know? So once you figure out how you want to like attack your goal, set the goal, and try to meet that goal. That's something I actually learned in college too. it was a prerequisite class I had, and they said, you need to set goals, short-term and long-term goals. That's very important when it comes to this music business, right? That's my first thing I'll say. Secondly, if you are a musician or if you want to help your friend that's a musician and you want to learn the business, there's a book that I recommend everybody in here get. It's on Amazon. I literally saw it on Amazon today for $1 used, so no excuses, right? It's called Donald Passman. All you need to know about the music business. Get that book, learn it. Even if you aren't an artist, you can help manage your artist. You can help learn and join the business, you understand? If you can't build your own empire, help somebody else build their own empire, you know? And make history and do that, so. That's all I have to say, guys. Just chase your dreams and stick to it and don't let nobody tell you you can't do it. Fly.
I like that image, fly.
If it blinds them, if you like to dance, depending on the lighting. Some people see you and they get so excited. Make this one for all the minors. In a dark place where you might just find us. Made it out and with a few survivors. One of their wants and their desires. What I learned, it made me wiser. Cause we been tough. Lose a lot as soon as we get cut. You know where we came from, it was rough. Hard differentiating what is love. Feel the way if someone try to pick you up. Resilient even when they give you funny looks. Got up by the wrist just like some cuffs. Kill for you cause that's the shit that money does. Don't let your dreams get crushed. No diamonds fall from pressure, but don't be so hard on yourselves. No diamonds fall from pressure, but don't be so hard on yourself. Y'all hear the words? No diamonds fall from pressure, but don't be so hard on yourself, alright? And don't forget that we all diamonds in here, y'all gonna shine, alright? Peace and love, thank you so much.
Alright, we are back with our next interviewer. You tune into the Leel Lounge. I'm with Steph. We out here 2019 Mike Festival. He just performed. He just rapped for us. And I want to ask you a couple questions out here for the Central New Yorkers that's probably in the car, about to go to the bar, do what the hell they doing. You know, we have you on right now. So I got a couple questions. Beginning with, what inspired you to become a rapper or to make music?
First of all, like I said, I'm a young Haitian, from two Haitian parents. You know, that came from them musically, really, because Haitians just got that type of rhythm, and the music itself, that's how we express ourselves. And pretty much, I just learned it from just watching all the OGs, seeing how they rocked it, and I was like, damn, I never thought I'd be doing it, but I'm doing it now.
So, you know, you just mentioned OGs. Who are some of the OGs that you did look up to in the rap game that you was like, oh, this is the guy right here. He can rap. He's a lyrical genius. And I want to, you know, I don't want to be like him because I want to be better than him. You always had that mentality that you want to be better than, you know, you just want to be the best. But who were the guys in rap that you was like, oh, I'm going to model myself after him and I'm going to be better than him?
Well, the guys in rap that I really listened to a lot growing up, like, obviously, you know, you got Tupac, Biggie, Nas, you know, Kanye, everybody, Jay, all of them, like, they all influenced me somehow. You know, I always bump their music, and that's main things I always bump. But then also you got the other cats that's coming up, you know, that's OGs themselves that's making themselves separate from what Jay or any of Biggie to Tupac was like. You got Kendrick, J. Cole. You know, they flows really stuck out to me growing up and listening to them as a teenager. And then T.I., he stuck out to me a lot. He's by far my favorite rapper. Like, I always bumped his music when I was young.
See, I like T.I. too. I definitely think that, you know, he definitely has some, you know, factual stuff in his lines. You know what I'm saying? That, you know, that I could see and I could listen to. Because at the end of the day, you know, do you like mumble rap?
I hate mumble rap.
You hate
mumble? To be honest. But at the same time, you know, some people like bumping that.
Yeah.
Because they making music to how they feel how they should make it. Because they may not be good writing. Because I personally write. So I like writing my music and everything. Everything got to be original. But you got some people that's not really like that. But they making music to make fun because they enjoy making music. So you can't really You know, I don't base mumble rap, but you can't knock those mumble rappers down because they obviously made it to this stage where people enjoy it. You know.
So if you were to get a record deal today, right, per se, somebody was watching, they saw you perform, and they said, you know what, here, Steph, we gonna give you a record deal right now, but you have to be a mumble rapper. Would you take that opportunity? Would you be like, I ain't doing that mumble rap, or would you be like, all right, I'll be the best mumble rapper out here?
I couldn't do it.
Couldn't do it?
Because that's just not how I'm built. Period.
Got you.
I like to have substance. Substance tells everything about you.
Exactly. I could dig that. But, a lot of people out here, it's crazy because a lot of people...
I write everything from the heart.
From the heart. Exactly.
Everything how I'm feeling, whatever I'm feeling, that's why I write down my music. And so I can express it to everyone so they can see how I'm feeling. And so they can relate to it and feel it themselves.
Yeah, I feel like rap should be like poetry. Poetry is like...
That's what it is to me.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it's
That's
supposed
where
to be.
it came from, really.
Yeah, basically.
Look at it.
So, when rap originally started, it was, it was basically a message behind it. Like, the Grandmaster Flash, sometimes it's like a jungle. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under.
See?
It's poetry right there. It's facts.
100%.
And now it's just like, it's like, I had people call it fast food rap.
Yeah, you can really say that because I feel like a lot of young people now, they just kind of trying to pretty much get their stuff out there. I'm not gonna lie, like, yeah, I'm trying to get my stuff out there too, but at the same time, you gotta get it out there the best way possible, the best way you can deliver it. So probably it's not how fast you can get it out there, but the quality of it. How well is it done? How much time you put into it? Because at the end of the day, that music is representing you. So when that get out, that's what everybody's gonna look at and see you as. So when I write, I make sure like it's really me. It's all about me. That's it. I want you to feel everything that I say, everything that I do through my words. I'm painting a picture when I'm writing. That's what it is.
So, a lot of what you just said, it kind of reminds me of a rapper that I brought up to a couple people that I interviewed today, including CJ5's Nas. He paints a picture that you want,
one of the greatest storytellers.
Exactly. He's a literally lyrical poet. Exactly.
You write it down. It takes its time with everything. Like everything. I feel like everything comes out better when you take your time with everything that you do. Make sure it's solid with substance. So everybody can understand how you feeling, how you doing, so they can really vibe to what you're saying. Because if they're not vibing to it, then really, what's the point?
And I feel like with Nas, some of the songs you had to literally sit with a dictionary in your hand.
What?
Like to literally be like.
A lot of times I've heard Nas. Every single time I'm looking, I'm going on my phone. I'm like, yeah, what the fuck are you just saying? I'm like, shit, let me search that shit up on the dictionary on my phone and check it out. Like anything, any artist really, J. Cole, Kendrick, Jay-Z, Biggie, all of them. Like anytime I'm listening to them or any type of OG. Any artist in general, I like to read what they saying so I can understand how they feeling. So like when I'm listening to them, I do pull up the lyrics and I go through the lyrics. I'm like, oh shit, that's a fire bar. Like alright, so what do you mean about that? And
I get it.
Delve into it.
I get exactly what you're saying. I'm surprised because the couple people that I interviewed, I know you was there for the CJ Fly interview. People seem to have Jay-Z over Nas, and I think Nas overall in GOAT status, I have him ahead of Jay-Z.
Hey man, I feel like you can't really compare the two. You can't really, because they too different.
Like, so if you had a list, right, your own top 5, right, the GOATs, right, if somebody said, look, I need you to give me a top 5 rappers, all right, and that's your way to a record deal. Just give me your top 5. You don't have to be my rapper.
As of right now, or overall?
Overall time.
Overall, my top 5, water. Alright, but my top 5, Tupac, Biggie, Jay-Z, T.I., my favorite rapper, and J. Cole, because J. Cole, honestly, if I never listened to J. Cole, to be honest, a lot of ways that I write and how I look at my writing and everything, how I feel about it, like, it probably wouldn't have happened if I'd never listened to J. Cole or Jake or Kendrick, because just the way they flows is so different, and they put a different vibe where they want you to feel it. Like, they pretty much remind you how Tupac and Biggie really did their things, how Nas did their things.
Another question here: Tupac or Biggie? Which one was the better rapper?
Tupac or Biggie? Dang, I'm gonna be honest. I want a lot of Tupac more than I want Biggie, but Biggie just had those bars. You know, that just punched you every single time. Like, every time you heard it, he came hard on that show. Like, same thing with Tupac. He was just very poetic. Biggie was more cutthroat with it. But you know, they had their things.
I would say this, and I could make a case for both. Obviously, I do agree with you with Biggie. I think Biggie was a better rapper. But for somebody who's just a Pac head, just like, yo, Pac, I can see an argument.
I wasn't saying that Biggie was a bigger rapper, like, but to me, like, I find them kind of like equal, because I like them both differently. Because Tupac, like I said, he's poetic. He know how to get with his words like that. Whereas Biggie, when he get on that mic, he ripping you to shreds. That's it. Yeah. That's all he doing. Keep it real.
It's crazy. It's crazy because I actually had my dad tell me he heard that Biggie, and I was telling Kenny C this, that Biggie and Method Man had a rap battle, which I never heard of until.
Hey man, Method Man.
And Method Man ate him. I heard it was good. I heard it was back and forth, but I heard Method Man won.
Hey bro, Method Man, I ain't even gonna front. Like, the way he be rapping, bro, ain't no one like him, man. Ain't nobody like him. He got that different type of energy. Kept the same thing to this day.
Wu-Tang Clan, is that the best group of all time? Hip hop.
Best group of all time. You can say that.
I could definitely see a scenario.
They deserve that title.
Yeah,
for everything that they did.
You know, with the culture.
Big influence, very big influence. So anyone to say that they not, clearly has a problem.
Are you familiar with the rapper Big L?
Big L, yes.
Do you think he's, you know, honestly we know about his untimely death, but do you think he's underrated? Because I think
he's very underrated, because he went ball for ball with Jay-Z.
Yeah. I remember that. He won.
You see how he ripped it up. Like, everything that you do, it's crazy. He's an OG. You can't knock him. Period. Like.
And the reason why I'm bringing, I'm a person, I'm like Nas when I'm in the booth. There's a reason why I'm throwing you questions in order like that. Because I brought up the Jay-Z and Nas argument, because I expected you to kind of like side with everybody else with the Jay-Z. And then I hit you with the Big L, and I hit you with Biggie and Pac. And I did it for a reason. Why? Because what happened? What's the similarities between Pac, obviously Biggie, and Big L? Unfortunately, the untimely death. Jay-Z's big, you know, he's longevity. So if we could make an argument that if these guys didn't die with Jay-Z, and this is the question:
if Jay-Z would be in the same,
would Jay-Z beat Jay-Z? He'll beat it because he was there.
Honestly,
or would he beat it?
I feel like he would. Because the way he did things, hey bro, you can't knock the way Jay-Z did business. Period. Can't.
Yeah, businessman for sure.
100%. He built everything from the ground up. He's the foundation to a lot of us rappers coming up now. So to even say that he wouldn't be where he is now, nah, you can't even say that, because that's the past. They passed away, rest in peace, but he's still here, and he's making everything live through them, through himself.
I asked CJ Fly this question. I'm gonna ask you the same question. If you had the opportunity to perform at the halftime show with everything going on, obviously with Colin Kaepernick and Travis Scott, Rihanna, Cardi B, Rihanna turning down the deals, Travis Scott performing, would you have performed? Would you have be like, you know what, this is my opportunity, I'm taking it? I understand, I respect everything going on with Colin Kaepernick, but I'm taking this opportunity because then I'm gonna get an audience, and I had the opportunity to perform and make millions. Would you have to take that opportunity, or is it more important about our social values?
I'm gonna be honest, I looked at it from both sides. So whether if he should have, since he took it, if he didn't taken the opportunity to do that, but at the same time he was like, he was watching out for himself and making sure that he was good. A lot of times you gotta do that, but at the same time, like, yeah, it wasn't the right time for him to do that because of what was going on politically and everything. But sometimes, like, you gotta do you. When you got the opportunity, you gotta take the opportunity. But me personally, I couldn't do it. if I were to get on stage and take that deal, I'm gonna stand there silently so they see what's going on. Like, I want everybody to hear. I'd rather be talking and explaining all their problems on stage at the Super Bowl than even performing my own music. So I would have took the deal, probably would have got backlash for it, but I would have stood there and explained everything that was going wrong rather than performing.
See,
so everybody hear what's going on.
And that's good. I like that kind of energy, you know, because a lot of people, they scared to do anything. In this generation, I mean, it's America, man. It's America. Like, a lot of people was sitting there, you know, with the thought, like, listen, if I do this, if I stand up, listen, I'm going to be taken out. I just plain cut and dry.
You living life too short.
Yeah.
You know, life comes with risk. That's why you got to take them. Otherwise, you're not going to get where you need to be. It's just how it is.
And that's why I feel like Tupac is just like, his fan base is out of this world.
Crazy.
Like, I say this. I always said this.
First of all, like, you know, they dead. But they still got pages, Instagram pages, everybody still follow. So the fact that you don't think that they didn't make an impact on everybody here, it would be stupid to say that.
I always said this. There's Michael Jackson fan base, and then there's Tupac. Like, those two fan bases right there.
Fine.
Nobody's touching them.
Ain't nobody touching them.
Both those guys
they
right
legends.
there.
They legends for a reason.
So, is, you know, I don't know if I asked you this question yet. Is this rapping thing something you want to do? Like,
hey, I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't want to do it.
Got you.
I took risks taking this way, and I'm gonna enjoy every way of it.
And that's the thing I brought up during the interview about taking risks. That's what's up. So, how can people follow you? You know, you got an Instagram, Snapchat, where they can.
So you can follow me on Snapchat, Instagram. My Instagram is S.J_Charles. That's my Instagram. And then my Snapchat and Twitter is StephanJC00. So STEPHAN JC00. You guys can follow me on there. And I also do got a project out. It's called Voodoo Love. You can stream it everywhere. Apple Music, Tidal, Google Play, Amazon Music, SoundCloud. Or you can stream it everywhere. And I want y'all to just really vibe out to it, you know? And please like, comment how you feel about the track, because I really like to know what y'all input is, and it's a lot of fire music I got coming.
And if y'all expecting mumble rap, I suggest you don't tune into this brother. But if you expecting lyricism, you know things from the heart, what he actually feels, then go ahead and download it. But if you're looking for mumble rap, you're gonna be disappointed, because this brother made it clear that he's not with that mumble rap, and I don't blame him, because I'm not with that either. But nice having you on the show.
Thank you.
And until the next time, bro.
Appreciate you having me.
No problem.
Yeah, it's hard for me to like bounce off stuff.
WSUC 90.5 FM brings you to the Real Leel Lounge. You know, another episode of the Real Leel Show, basically. But we got the Sofas in here. We at the Fire Mic Festival. We just interviewed a couple rappers. CJ Fly also along with that. So you know, we putting in that work, we putting in them hours. You know what we do. We keeping it real. I'm back with Kenny C from In the Huddle. We in here right now on this night, man. How's it going, man? How was those performances?
Honestly, most of those, bro, were pretty dope. All of them were pretty dope, honestly. Even like the acoustic stuff, I was listening. That one girl that sang the Rihanna song, she was, in my opinion, she was off the hook. And then the rappers we had in here were pretty dope. CJ Fly with, you know, his poetic flow that he did for us. You know,
yeah, that was dope.
That was
dope. I'm not gonna hold you. When CJ Fly did that, man, I felt that.
That was dope, man. It was like some pot type stuff.
I definitely felt that for a fact, real quick, man. I definitely felt that. I was like, damn.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's always good when these rappers, you know, actually talk to, you know, college students and actually the students, the youth, and the many adults and the adults, because it gives them confidence to see a rapper making it and giving that knowledge to guys that want to come up, the guys that look up to these people, that listen to their music. That's always a dope thing.
100%.
That's always a
100%. It's like you're getting where you want to be, so why not help the youth out and help them get where they want to be? that
Exactly.
also just makes you, you know, a better person to try to help the up and coming rappers.
There's a big argument. Would you put
Honestly,
Jay-Z over Nas?
I was listening to all these interviews, man. I was sitting there, you know, mouth shut, just generating my thoughts, trying to see what's good. But in all honesty, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, popular demand, I'm picking Nas.
Give
man.
me
I'm
nasty
picking
Nas.
I'm like, no doubt, Hove, H.O.V. He's got, you know, obviously the Black Album, Hard Knock Life album. He had great songs, you know, great lyricism, but I mean, nothing beats Nas, man. Like, literally what you were saying before, man, about how he really paints a picture. Walking with my headphones in, hands in my pockets, you know, head down. I'm just listening, vibing to his songs, and I could really like just picture everything going on in each
Everything,
song.
bro.
Literally,
Like I'm
Like,
literally
I feel like
in
I'm
my
there.
imagination, bro.
exactly,
Like I'm brainstorming when I'm listening to Nas.
for a fact.
I wouldn't say I don't get that from Jay-Z.
Nah, yeah.
I do get it from him sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
but not on the effect that Nas had, man.
Yeah.
And I just feel like people just underrate him. People know about Nas, but
Yeah,
some
yeah,
people
yeah.
underrate him when it becomes the GOAT status. I'm
Nah,
not saying
that's
he's the
true.
GOAT, but to me, when it came down to the rap battles, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ether, the Blueprint, Ether ate it alive.
Nah, that's a
Ether
fact.
was one of the best
That's
of
a
all
fact.
time.
That's a fact.
And then when you look at the albums, obviously Jay-Z had more, as a collective group, Jay-Z has better albums than Nas. I'll give him that. As a collective group.
Yeah.
But Nas still have what I called earlier in this show, in the pregame, the best album of
Illmatic,
all time.
man.
The
Illmatic.
Illmatic. It was written, some people argue that it was written was better. I won't go that far.
I mean, you know, it was written. It had great songs on it as
did.
well, but I definitely feel like Illmatic was like his
Illmatic
like
ate that.
iconic album.
That I feel like,
come over
and
the
it was
top.
Rush. It was a Rush album.
True.
He was young. He was like 19 around that time.
True.
And like it felt like even the song New York State of Mind, it felt like he did that from the dome because he was like, I don't even know how to start this.
Fact.
You know what? And then he went off. I don't know, man. It's hard for me to put Jay-Z over Nas. You know what I'm saying? And people don't see him. They always say Jay-Z's longevity,
That's what I
longevity,
was
which
just
is
about
true.
to say,
But
yeah.
don't Nas still rap? Did Nas still drop the album with
Yeah.
Kanye West? You know, producing it
Mm-hmm.
the other
He's
year.
still doing his thing, man. I mean,
Nas is still doing his
the
thing.
thing is, like, I feel like with Nas and Jay-Z, Nas is so, you know, close to, like, with his lyrics and stuff that, like you were saying before, that's not what this generation wants anymore.
Exactly.
They just want garbage. They just want beats.
Commercial music.
Exactly. Like, and I feel like Jay-Z, I guess he sort of, you know, I guess levitated more towards popular demand and
Yeah,
like
he
put
did.
out stuff that could be like hits.
And he's
like,
good
you know,
at it,
his song
too.
with Kanye, you know, the N word in Paris. Obviously, I
Yeah.
can't say it, but that was like
Hey,
a
we'll
party
get our
hit.
show taken down
That
real
was a
quick.
banger. That's a fact. But yeah, I mean, that's what I feel like. Nas just didn't want to like go that extra mile and be someone that he wasn't. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
He's a lyrical rapper. Why would he try to
He's a
appeal
conscious
to
rapper.
this generation? You know,
Exactly. And, you know, Jay-Z, let's not get it twisted. Jay-Z's definitely top 5
Oh
worthy.
yeah, without
You
a
know, even like songs that he just dropped, in his album,
Mhm.
I think it was a year ago, 2 ago,
yeah,
444.
444, yeah.
You know, with OJ, the story of OJ,
Yeah.
and that was influential right there. That was a good song. Jay-Z's definitely up there. I just don't know per se if I'll put him over Nas. You know what I'm saying?
True, I
Just
agree.
over Nasty Nas. Man, I think of Nasty
You know,
Nas, man. I think of lyricism,
kinda-
bro. Poetry. All
I
that.
really wish we had someone, maybe one of these rappers that you were interviewing, or anybody else that wants to challenge us. But this is the huddle, man.
Yeah.
I wish we had someone that was more pro Jay-Z, so we could hear what they had to say in terms of their argument for Jay-Z over Nas. But
Facts.
you know,
Facts. But pretty much everybody seemed to say when it
True.
comes to Biggie and Pac that, Biggie
Mm.
is a better rapper. But either way, whether or not who's better or not better,
they're
all
both
these rappers,
legends.
Jay-Z, Big L that we brought up, Nas, Pac, Big Pun, all those are great rappers. You know, sometimes we just like to separate people. You know what I'm saying? And then again, there's nothing wrong with that. You always want to know like who's the best. Like it's interesting.
True.
I don't want to separate people. I want to make it seem like I'm trying to start a war. Like, oh, he better than he. You know, because sometimes it's not about that. But I just love doing rankings. I love putting from 1 through 5 because it's interesting. It builds that conversation. It builds that dialogue. It builds that discussion.
Nah, for sure.
But So I'm giving you a list.
Mhm.
I didn't think I gave you my list.
Yeah,
My
I
list
think
in
so.
order. I gave you like God. I don't think I gave you in order, but
Yeah.
I know for a fact Biggie is number 3 on my list.
Okay.
I know for a fact Nas is number 2 on my list. You can vice versa the two. The
Yeah,
reason
you know, my list is pretty similar to that.
the
Honestly.
reason why Nas is a little
I
bit
can
ahead of
agree with
Biggie is because of, obviously Biggie's untimely death. I have to. I don't. It might sound wrong to say, but I have to kind of penalize you not being
Nah,
here.
that's true. It's true.
When somebody has so much more of a catalog,
Yeah,
I had
for
to
sure.
like penalize it. But Biggie's so good that even with his untimely death, he still could be number 3 on my list.
Yeah, just like, I mean, honestly, I agree with that. And like, the thing with Biggie, like, Life After Death album, almost every song on there was like, damn, like you had to sit back, you just listen. It's like the same thing with Nas. That's why they're so comparable. Like, you sit there, you listen to a Biggie song, and you could just like picture the story that he's talking about. And I don't know, man. I love them both, honestly.
Nice.
But I could see where you're coming from with that. Like, just in terms of longevity, I guess you could put Nas over Biggie.
It's
can agree with that.
it's either way, but I just put Nas a little bit overhead. Then we look at people like Rakim. I put him up there, the echelon. Maybe he could be an argument to be number 1 because of how he
True.
transformed 2 generations of rap. He was there in the 80s. He transformed
original.
that original to the newer, and he was there with the Nas's, and then he had his flow, his voice. Sometimes when you have the voice to do something, like the voice to be on air, the
It's
voice
true,
to
it's
be on the mic, you look at people with great voice in hip hop. Jay-Z comes to mind. Mace probably comes to mind.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Rakim. When you have the voice to be able to do it and you actually good at it, that helps you a
That's
lot.
a fact.
I put Rakim up there, but there's a lot of rappers out here. You know what? We in a huddle. You know what I'm saying? We in a huddle.
Fact.
It's time to get into some little sports over here. You know what I'm saying? For the night right now. You know what I'm saying? Until the next interview will come in. So, recently, LeBron James made a comment talking about, everybody can compete in the East because I'm not here, because I'm gone.
I think I saw that as well.
Do you agree with that statement? Do you think LeBron James had any business making that statement? Obviously, LeBron James can say what he wants to say because he's LeBron James.
LeBron,
but do you agree with that?
honestly, LeBron, like, I know you the best in basketball and you one of the greatest, but hey, man, like, you still got the Warriors to beat. So before
Exactly.
you start opening your mouth about, if I'm in the East, I could beat anyone. Start focusing on you're in the West now. Like,
Exactly.
you gotta focus on beating the Warriors, my guy.
Exactly.
I know you beat them.
Exactly.
I know you beat them, down 3-1 and stuff, but that's the past. If you're gonna talk about, future stuff or like, if I was in the East, I beat everybody. You gotta focus on the playoffs now and beating the Warriors.
Exactly.
That's what I feel.
I feel like LeBron James lately have been not focusing. And it's
exactly.
weird to say because LeBron James, it would appeal to you. That's a guy all about his, I gotta be right back because I gotta turn on the WSGC. Not for real. I gotta be right back. I gotta turn on the WSGC mic and then we gonna be right out here.
All right,
I
no
gotta
doubt.
switch it to 90.5. I just remembered that. Okay, cool.
Where was that going to?
Because now we on the 90.5 FM airwaves.
Oh, I got you.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, now we on the 90.5 FM airwaves. We had to make the transition real quick because we are live from the WSUC 90.5 FM radio booth, Central New York, Fire Mic Festival 2019. We are live. It's your boy Kenny C. It's your boy Real Leel from our famous show In the Huddle, and obviously me from the Real Leel Show. We out here today, and we was just talking about LeBron James and the comment that LeBron James made about him not being in the East is the reason why the East is competitive. And Kenny C, you started talking. Go ahead and say what you were saying.
So I basically said before LeBron opens his mouth about, if I'm in the East, I'm going to beat everybody. You got to focus on this season, and you got to focus on, with your team, being able to beat the Warriors and stop all that chit-chat about, if I was here, if I was there. No, focus on this season. Don't worry about that. If you want to make a statement like that, couple 2-3 years, go to an Eastern team. Let's see if you could do it.
And I say, like, listen, man, LeBron James lately have not been focused. I don't know, because it's Hollywood. You're in the you're on the Lakers. You know, you're getting movie deals. You got your show to shop. You're getting all these executive producing deals. You know, I think you're supposed to be producing the next Michael Jordan movie follow-up with the bunny or whatever the little thing is.
Oh, I think I heard that. Oh, you mean Space Jam?
Space Jam. There we go. You know,
which that in itself, bro, we could talk about that. I don't think you should disrespect that movie.
Yeah.
Because, like, with Jordan, Barkley, like, Muggsy Bogues, that's, like, a classic film.
So, like, you know, I feel like he's not focusing because...
he's all over.
The other day, and me and my dad got on the show, and we talked about it on the Real Leel show, like Father, Like Son episode. Definitely check that out. That's probably my best episode to date.
Without a doubt.
LeBron James made the comments about him being the GOAT over Jordan. I don't know if you remember that. He made that a couple weeks ago. He said beating a 73-win team made me the GOAT.
Greatest,
Why do you need to sell yourself for? And your career's not over.
Has Jordan ever said that?
No.
Has Jordan ever said, "Oh, LeBron, I'm better than you"? No. Jordan's humble, man.
He's a humble
Jordan
dude.
didn't say a word.
And so I feel like LeBron James feels like he still has to sell himself, and he doesn't,
prove himself. That's
because we already know LeBron James is top 5 all time. There's people that argue for him being the GOAT. All right, obviously he's not going to get everybody saying he's the GOAT because people believe Jordan is the GOAT, as should be. But I feel like LeBron James, you don't need to sell yourself. He is a bit sensitive. We think about the sensitive people in the NBA. We look at KD for sure.
Oh, without
we look at LeBron James. I mean, KD probably arguing with somebody on Instagram right now.
Yeah, I heard about that too.
You know,
that's crazy.
Like it's just crazy. But I don't think LeBron James got to make that comments right now. You in the West. Your focus should be on trying to beat that monster that you somehow helped create by going to Miami, and KD went over there. You got to defeat that. That's your biggest feat yet. And mind you, the Boogie Down Cousins is over there.
Oh, without a doubt, man. And, I could definitely, see how LeBron's maybe been more occupied with other things instead of basketball. My man, the Pacers dropped 43 on his team. If that's like the LeBron a few years ago, that's not happening to his team.
Exactly.
He's not going to let that happen. Like, I don't know. He's got to buckle down because the playoffs are coming close, man. And who knows what's going to happen with that.
What are your thoughts, switching from LeBron James here? Because as of late, I've been a huge fan of D'Angelo Russell from the Brooklyn Nets.
Oh, yeah.
And I believe that this brother, obviously he was on the Lakers and then Lonzo Ball went to the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
I believe the Lakers messed up. I believe the Lakers should have, obviously they believed in Lonzo. Obviously, sometimes you get, you're wrong. You make bad decisions or whatever. But D'Angelo Russell was obviously better than Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball right now, he's an all-star.
Yeah, I can agree.
I like that. I like the fact that he's an all-star because he's been balling. He's been balling on the Nets. And now the Nets, let me ask you this question. What do you think is the best free agency destination between the New York teams? The Nets, with that young team that's going to make the playoffs this year, where if one free agent decides to go there, it would just only make that team better.
True.
Or the Knicks, with all that cap space, and guys will team up and join forces and go to the Knicks. Is the Knicks or the Nets the best? Which one out of the two is the best free agency destination? We got Brooklyn, home of Biggie Smalls. Put your lighters up. Brooklyn, we go hard. And we got the Mecca of Manhattan, of New York, of basketball.
Without a doubt.
MSG Gardens. Which one do you think is
honestly,
the best one?
Just looking at both of these franchises as they stand now, and based off what the Knicks have been doing for the past 5+ years, it would be probably in the best interest of that player to, go with the Nets, who are more up and coming and on the rise, especially that they're going to that they are a playoff team now, when last year they weren't, 2 years they weren't. Like, now they're back in the playoffs. I feel like they're getting everything going. Whereas the Knicks, we got $70 million worth of cap space, but it's the New York Knicks, and we've seen what they've done. What are they going to do with that? Who could they actually recruit to play? And, do you want to go there and risk maybe your career? Like, there's an argument that Melo, I guess you could say they ruined his career there. So, honestly, I'm picking the Nets just based off the Knicks' poor choices past few years.
I would choose the Nets if I can't get nobody to go with me to the Knicks.
That's
if we
what I'm
can't
saying.
double up, then, for example, Kyrie, KD, then I'm going to the Nets.
That's what I'm saying.
If I can double up, if I make a call and I can say, all right, let's go ahead and let's play for the Knicks, and then I go to the Knicks. If it's two people, the Knicks. If it's you by yourself, you go to the Knicks.
I agree.
They both obviously in position, but let's go to the Los Angeles now, because in Los Angeles, obviously you got New York, you got Los Angeles, the Clippers, and the Lakers are in position to sign a max player. And who do you think, who should go where? Who do you think should be the attractive choice?
I was gonna say this like on our show, The Huddle, on Thursday night.
Check that out, Real Leel TV.
Gotta check that out. But if I'm picking one player in free agency to go somewhere that could turn a franchise around, I think I'm gonna go with KD, because I feel like he, probably second in the league to LeBron. I feel like he has that type of skill and athleticism to turn a franchise around himself, with other players, but maybe not high caliber players. I feel like just him, he could turn the team around. And if he went to the Knicks got him, I feel like that would be a good fit for him, because I think he could really turn it around and get that team to, a winning team again. Because you look at, now he's on the Warriors. They already were stacked before KD. Was KD the missing piece? I mean, you could argue that, but they won a chip without him. So, honestly, I feel like KD, to harness his full talent and, embrace his full talent, go to a team that needs you, that needs that star player, and be the face of that team. You know what I mean? And you look at Porzingis, everybody's like, oh, he was supposed to be our star, our franchise player, our big guy. The man has only been in the league for a few years. He hasn't been able to prove himself in, high-quality situations where, oh, we need you, this and that. KD, he's been experienced. I feel like he could bring that all-star, mentality to the Knicks and turn it around.
And where should KD go? If you're KD right now, and you know your worth, some people argue of you being the best, even though most people have you at number 2, behind LeBron James. Should I, as KD, here, I'm putting myself in KD's body, should I resign with the Warriors and just, hear all the people saying, you got cheated, you went to a 73-win team, that's not your team, there's always going to be an asterisk by my name. Should I go to the Knicks, where I could start my own franchise? I already got 3 rings. I could go to New York Knicks and start your own franchise. Should I go to the Lakers, play with LeBron James, and be known as a LeBron James follower? Should I go to the Clippers, start my own team in LA in the Clippers side? Where should I do if I'm KD?
Looking at that, first of all, I'm completely snipping the Warriors out of the question. Do not re-sign with them. You went there so that you could finally get that ring. You now have 3. Get out of there. Get out of Golden State. Get out. Rule that out and go somewhere else. Do not be a LeBron follower, because everybody's going to
definitely don't do that.
Everybody despise him. So go to a team that needs you. Knicks, Clippers, like you said, teams that need a star player. The Kings, teams that need to be up on the rise more often. Exactly. So I definitely feel like KD should do his own thing. You got your rings, man. Turn another franchise around.
And go where?
I'm saying the Knicks, man. The Knicks? I really believe.
Come to New York, KD.
Come to New York.
Come to New York, man. Lead the Knicks to the promised land. And when we come back, we are going to get into some more stuff. I'm going to play another song for y'all. All right, this is the Real Leel Lounge with your boy Real Leel and Kenny C. We out here tonight on this 2019 Mike Festival Day. SUNY Cortland, we out.
Word. I don't think there's any more performances. I think they just BS.
Hey.